Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Huck. Today I am doing a weekend reads and a bit of like a check-in for the Tome Topple readathon. So we are about halfway through the Tome Topple readathon, maybe a little bit more than halfway, and I have another week of readathon to go, but I have already finished 2 books, and so I thought I would just tell you what they are and maybe talk about what some of my future plans for the readathon are, because I started kind of with a very small tentative TBR for this with the expectation I would kind of change it and add to it as I went. So the first book that I read for the readathon was Wildwood by Colin Malloy. It's a middle grade contemporary fantasy about a young girl and her baby brother. The baby brother gets kidnapped and flown by a flock of crows to a magical woodland, and the girl Prue and a friend of hers have to adventure into this magical forbidden woods to find and save her brother, but they kind of get sucked into the politics of the creatures that live in this magical wood, and there's a lot more going on in this world than they ever knew about. So Wildwood I actually listened to on audiobook last weekend while I was sewing. I was sewing some dresses and I listened to almost the entire audiobook in one day. It's like a 16-hour book and I listened to 12 hours of it in one day because I just spent the whole day sewing and just like listening to the audiobook. And I will talk about this more in my Tome Topple wrap-up once the readathon is finished. The second book that I completed is one that I was kind of like, it may be cheating to include this one, but I'm going to anyway, which is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I felt like it was maybe cheating because I had already read a good chunk of this book. So the book is 880 pages, so it definitely counts for the over 500 pages rule. But I had read a lot of this book already, and so I didn't have a lot of it left to go. It's just that it's been taking me a long time to get through, and so I kind of lost steam on it. But this is the first book in Robin Hobb's Live Ship Traders trilogy, which is the second series in her Realm of the Elderlings, and it follows a lot of different characters, but the main character arguably is Althea, who her family owns a live ship, which is a magical kind of ship that has its own sentience, and it's a very valuable type of ship, and she is hoping to inherit her family's live ship, but they don't really want that to happen, and so there's a lot of family dynamics and family politics along with pirates and sea serpents in this book. And so this one I also completed, which I was really happy about because I enjoyed a lot of parts of it. I had some other things that I didn't enjoy as much, but I am going to also talk about this one more in my Tome Topple readathon wrap-up. So now that we've talked about the 2 books I have already completed, I have a few more books that I am planning to read or thinking to read for the rest of the readathon because I still have another week to go. So first up, I have another audiobook that I just got in on Overdrive, which is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is one that I've never really had an intention to read, but I have heard people talk about it on BookTube and they have really liked it. I think I'm always kind of turned off by it because it has kind of like one of those like cheesy YA covers. Not the worst. There are definitely YA book covers that are like way cheesier than this, but like it just doesn't like grab me, the cover. And also it's about like a princess. I don't really know that much about what it's about either. I just know that it's about a princess, and sometimes princess books don't sit right with me. I feel like princesses can be done really badly. Like sometimes princesses can be really badass, but sometimes they're kind of not great. Anyways, I just like, it never really got me, but then I saw it on Overdrive, and as with most of the books I get on Overdrive, I'm like, this is low commitment, you know? I just have to listen to it, I don't even have to read, and it's free, and like, why not? That's pretty much how I decide on all of the books from Overdrive. This one is like just on the edge of counting for the readathon because there are only certain editions that are over 500 pages, but I was like, that's close enough for me. There's some edition out there that's over 500 pages. I'm cool with it. So I have now started it. I've listened to the first, let me see, how much have I listened to? I've listened to the first 2 hours and 40 minutes of it, and I'm enjoying it so far. And that one I am hoping I will finish this weekend. That's kind of my plan for the weekend is to just listen to this one audiobook. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of like physical reading. I'm probably just going to be listening to the audiobook while I do some more crafts and some more sewing. I have some more dresses in mind that I want to sew. I also have been having some plans to make some overalls maybe, or something like that for the summer, which I think would be fun. So I have some plans and some projects going that I want to work on, and that is the perfect time to listen to audiobooks. So I think I will hopefully be able to finish this one this weekend. And then after I finish The Kiss of Deception, I have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, which is always really hard to see on camera because this is a very pale cover. But this one is, oh man, I just looked at this. This one is how many pages? 536 pages, so it's just over the mark. And this is one that I have been planning to read and I really wanted to read this summer, so this seems like the perfect time to read it. Everybody has been talking about this book, so I am sure you know what it is about, but I am planning to get to this one during the week after I have finished the Kiss of Deception audiobook. Then, if by some miracle I finish Strange the Dreamer, I have one more book option, which is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is one that I recently got, and actually I have a physical copy, but I also got it on Overdrive, so I might listen to the audiobook. Usually I try to listen to audiobooks of books that I don't have physical copies of, but I feel like the audiobook actually might be more fun for this one because I listened to the little sampler and I liked it a lot. And that might be an easy way to just kind of shift this one off of my TBR shelf. In terms of other plans for the weekend, I am going to see some friends this weekend. On Saturday, I am going swing dancing with a friend of mine in the evening, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's a new thing that like we've recently gotten into, and so we're gonna go swing dancing. And then on Sunday, I am seeing another friend of mine to kind of catch up. Other than that, I am also hoping to get some crafting done, some sewing done, because I'm going to be listening to audiobooks like crazy. And so, you know, I'll get some crafts done. I'll sew some more dresses or some overalls or something like that. And I'm hoping I can be productive in that way. So that'll be really nice also. So that is all for my weekend reading plans, my Tome Topple updates, and my other weekend plans. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye!